All right, so the last time is now tournament. We seen your guy LA Knight get choked out or submitted to the Ringalala Gunther. Mr. Gunther, the ring general, the man who likes to beat his opponents old school style. That's what happened to LA Knight. And a lot of fans feel like LA Knight was buried. But I'm going to tell you guys, LA Knight was not buried. No, no, no. That was a ploy to help build some story for LA Knight and also give you a solid reason as to why Gunther was the right choice and why Gunther is the person that's going to be facing John Cena. There is a reason why. Now, in my other video about LA Knight being pushed, I explained some things about LA Knight and some backstage politics, or not politics, but rumors surrounding LA Knight. Some of those things potentially come into play, but that's not the reason why that stuff comes into play. But tell you the reason why Gunther was the choice. We're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Wrestling in the ring, thoughts that always bring. Talking all about the moves in our grooves. Wrestling talks and thoughts we never forgot. Slamming down the truth in our booth. Conversations in the air with flair and care. Legends of the past, memories that last. Wrestling talks and thoughts, connecting the dots. From high flyer to submissions, we make our missions. From Raw to SmackDown, we wear the crown. NXT to AEW, we bring the view. Wrestling talks and thoughts in our slots. Fans united, always excited. Wrestling talks and thoughts in our spots.
Gunther is the guy who's going to be facing off against John Cena, and you guys want an LA Knight because some fans feel like that would be a dream match to have LA Knight go up against John Cena. You have two major baby faces. You have one who's going out and one who's coming in, who should be a top guy, and a lot of fans feel like he would serve well as someone that they would love to cheer for. And some people feel like the person should be LA Knight and John Cena should be having that last match as a symbol of passing the torch to LA Knight. But there's a reason why LA Knight was not chosen as the guy to go up against John Cena. Let's start here with Gunther, right? So, you guys, as I've said before, you guys need to watch and pay attention to the matches, the story, and see how things are working. Now, a lot of you fans do, not saying that you fans don't, which is the reason why you fans are mad about LA Knight not getting the push because you're noticing that he's not getting over the way you want him to get over. But there is something very interesting about in-ring performers that you guys need to look at and see what makes them so unique or so special, or why certain guys get certain pushes in certain areas, right? This goes in regards to Gunther, the guy we're talking about here, the right choice, or who I think, or some people, or WWE, I should say, considers to be the right choice as to why. Reason number one, every match that Gunther has had in the last time is now tournament has been A+. His match against Solo Sikoa, his match against Javon Evans, his match against Melo Hayes, and his match against LA Knight. None of you guys or anybody who's seen all four of those matches can tell me that Gunther had a bad match throughout that whole tournament. As a matter of fact, if you go back and you watch every match, I guarantee you, most of you would agree. And if you're an LA Knight fan, you probably would say LA Knight had great matches because LA Knight is a great wrestler. He's a great performer. Absolutely. But when you look at Gunther's matches, right, there was a certain dynamic in his match that he's able to pull out. There's a certain level of pull and push that he's able to pull out in his opponents that makes the match intriguing. Javon Evans was able to pull off all his great maneuvers. At the same time, Gunther was able to do the ring general stuff that he does, the old school stuff, to show you a story that's happening in the ring. You have this high flyer versus this guy who's a lot more practical and a lot more stable when it comes to his moveset. And he was able to outmaneuver him and beat him in the ring. Then you have Gunther versus Solo Sikoa. Of course, Solo Sikoa comes down to the ring with added help from the MFTs, but it was Gunther who was able to out heel another heel with the low blow when the referee back was turned and able to score that victory. Then you have Gunther versus Carmelo Hayes, another high flyer, slick, maneuvering, but Gunther was able to overpower him because he had more durability to his body and his frame. He was just bigger and stronger. Then you have LA Knight versus Gunther, the ring general. You have this guy, LA Knight, who tries to do everything on his own. He's strong headed, strong willed, and he's the hero. He's the guy who's going to run through everybody with his power. But now he's facing another powerhouse who can do the same exact thing he can, but he's a lot more technically skilled than he is. And he obviously lost because Gunther was a bigger, stronger, more skilled in-ring technician. And that's the story that was being told, was that Gunther's versatility as an in-ring performer was being displayed. But not only that, but he is a great in-ring performer and he's able to pull out great performances against his opponents. Gunther is not a selfish in-ring performer where it's all about him and his power. Brock Lesnar, for example, big guy, strong guy. We know Brock Lesnar can pretty much beat up 90% of the human population given the chance if he had the stamina to fight everybody one-on-one and back-to-back matches. We know that. Brock Lesnar has become completely selfish when it came back to WWE, where he stopped doing just regular suplexes and just other maneuvers that he used to pull out of his arsenal, like the Oklahoma Slam and spine busters. Brock Lesnar used to have a lot of like different moves, a whole set of different moves in his arsenal. If you guys look at Brock Lesnar in the Ruthless Aggression era, his old matches, Brock Lesnar had a lot of different moves in his moveset. He would do a lot of different things, very skilled and very versatile in the ring as far as moveset was. But when he came back, it's German suplex, German suplex, German suplex, German suplex, German suplex, F5. German suplex, German suplex, German suplex, German. I'm sorry. Belly to belly, belly to belly, then German suplex, then F5, right? It was very, very simple. You know, he just tossed his opponent around and just tossed him around and tossed him around and occasionally, pounded on him a little bit, F5 them, and that was the end of the match, right? But here is Gunther, a powerhouse who's giving you versatility. He's giving you a story in the ring. He understands that the match is not just about him. It's about him and his opponent. It's about the story that he can tell with who he's wrestling against in the ring. He understands and recognizes this is your move set. This is my move set. How can we make these two styles work in the ring and look good? When you see Gunther's matches in that tournament, they both look good. Him and his opponent, they both look good. It's something unique that he's able to bring out. That's one of the reasons why Gunther was chosen. I'm going to tell you guys the second reason why. I thank you guys for joining me this far in the video. If you guys like the video and you guys are supporters of the channel, please give me a thumbs up on this video. I would definitely appreciate it. Drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think about what's going on with the Last Time Is Now tournament and how John Cena will be facing off against Gunther and how it's not going to be LA Knight. What do you guys think about this matchup? Do you guys like the matchup? Do you guys not like the matchup? Subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, I would definitely appreciate it. I'd love to hear from you guys. But yeah, going on to reason number two. Reason number two is because in John Cena's last match, WWE and John Cena, more than likely, in that match would want you to cheer for him. The whole crowd is going to be in John Cena's corner. There's going to be some fans, of course, like myself, who's going to be in Gunther's corner, but majority of the crowd is going to be cheering for John Cena because in John Cena's last match, you want him to go out as a hero. You want the fans to all be on John Cena's side. What better way than to have John Cena go out fighting and going up against a major heel, right? This major heel just made a major baby face, or fans would consider a major baby face. I don't think LA Knight is a major baby face. I think he's a major fan favorite, but a major baby face would be like in the likes of like Cody Rhodes or like Roman Reigns. But what way than to have John Cena go out, going up against this heel, this major heel. Now we know Gunther's a major heel two-time world champion, longest reigning intercontinental champion, having this major heel with these great accomplishments, retired Goldberg, go up against John Cena, who could potentially retire John Cena, your hero, the hero you want to cheer for, the guy that you want to see go out on top, or in some capacity, go out strongly, right? The fans are all going to be in John Cena's corner. And that's what the WWE wants. They want you guys to cheer for him because it's going to be a correct match for John Cena. Why? Because most of John Cena's career, he's always been a babyface most of the time, right? So then you have John Cena in a match against LA Knight where some of the fans are cheering LA Knight and then some of the fans are cheering for John Cena. It's gonna like, kind of feel a little, I mean, it's gonna be cool, it's gonna be dope, but it's not going to be well fitting for the story in regards to what John Cena always reflected during his career. And that was he was a top babyface. He was the top babyface. He's a major babyface. And to have him go up against a major heel in his last match only makes the more sense, right? Because now he's going out as a major babyface where most of the crowd is going to be in John Cena's corner. What better way than to have the fans in John Cena's corner going up against a major heel? It makes even more sense, right? So that way, a lot of the fans are on John Cena's side when they're cheering him and watching him wrestle in his last match, right? Now, on to LA Knight versus John Cena. Now, if LA Knight was to go up against John Cena, it could potentially backfire on him. Some of the fans don't think about this. They don't think about how all this love that they're giving to LA Knight could potentially be something that could hurt him in the long run. Now, of course, it could seem like a passing of the torch. Yes, it definitely could be like a passing of the torch, where after LA Knight beats John Cena, or if he does, or if he would have hypothetically, right, beat John Cena, that fans would see LA Knight as the new big baby face to replace John Cena. But that's not who LA Knight is, which is one of the reasons why LA Knight wouldn't fight John Cena, because the top baby face is Cody Rhodes. So why would that major baby face have that match against LA Knight when the last person should really be Cody Rhodes, because he is the top babyface? That's another reason why LA Knight was not chosen, right? But the reason why LA Knight was not chosen is because it could backfire on him, because fans could resent him as being the guy who retired John Cena and look at him as like, well, this is the guy who had the last match against John Cena, and we expect big things out of him like John Cena. Now, some of you guys do remember how John Cena became as big as he is because of his thugonomics gimmick, and he was great on the mic with his rapping, right? Now, what if LA Knight can't fulfill those shoes? I can't walk in the same shoes as John Cena in that capacity, right? There's going to be a lot of disappointment and a lot of backlash. So taking all that pressure that was on John Cena and placing on LA Knight is not something that could potentially be beneficial for him. Now, it could be. It could be. I'm not saying that it's not. Not saying that it's not, but it's more safer, or it would be better just to have John Cena have his last match against a major heel versus a major babyface. Like the whole crowd is going to be divided. Why have the crowd divided when all the fans could just cheer for John Cena one last time and everybody could be in unison one last time cheering for John Cena in his last match, versus having a divided crowd where one is cheering for John Cena and one is cheering for LA Knight? We don't want that. Everybody should be cheering for John Cena. That's the whole point of him going out in his last match. Now, the other thing is going to be a great match. You guys are going to love it. It's going to be a classic because you guys are going to be cheering for John Cena to win, and you guys are going to be resenting Gunther. Now, Gunther is the person who can handle that pressure as a heel. Now, heel characters can handle all the pressure. Babyface can't handle the same pressure that a heel can. John Cena was one of those baby faces. John Cena and Hulk Hogan and Bob Backlund and Roman Reigns, those were like baby faces who try to take on the pressure of being a baby face and trying to get the fans back on their side and win them over by staying babyface for too long. Or they don't like you in the same capacity that they were cheering for you when you were at the height of coming off of whatever big moment you were coming off of, right? When that all dies down. And a heel is someone that can take that pressure. You can cheer for a heel, you can boo a heel. A heel, it doesn't matter because a heel is always going to be a heel. So if they do something despicable and you boo them, it's expected, right? If they do something that you like and you cheer for him, it's kind of not expected, right? But when it comes to a baby face, it's always expected for a baby face to always do the most integral thing, right? To always have the standard code of morals and be the superhero and always do the right thing. It's always expected, right? So that's the reason why Gunther is the right choice to go up against John Cena, is because John Cena is someone that all the fans should be cheering for on his last match. They shouldn't be divided between two major superstars. Now, you could do that, but it could backfire, like I said before. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me in this video. Drop a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.